See, I shouldn't need to go live because I'm not live when I invite him in any other time, am I?
Oh, I don't know. I'll do it tomorrow.
We've got 2 viewers.
Bloody hell, dressed up again tonight, is it?
Yeah, just had a shower. We're a bit early. I've got to figure some stuff
Had a shower. What? So is that the 6-month one or the 12-month one?
12 months one. One viewer, that'd be you, innit?
We've got 2 viewers. So
Oh, we've got 2
I hope
viewers.
I'm one of them.
Oh, 3. We're a little bit early. We'll wait for Reese.
Have you messaged him?
Yeah.
Because I was going to say, because Dopey will remember. Yeah, he called Baker for nothing, you know.
I've just sent him a link.
I've got a question.
What?
Why does Neil chew on a stick?
Is it you give up smoking, didn't you?
What? Oh, the toothpicks.
Yeah.
I gave up smoking overnight. I went from 80 Bensons a day, which I'd smoked for 25 years, to nothing in a night. And all I can say is I wished I'd have found flipping toothpicks years ago because I decided to fortune.
Okay, that's a cool idea. I don't like toothpicks, but cool idea.
Well, they ain't toothpicks, actually. They're cocktail sticks I use.
I think they're the same thing, aren't they?
Toothpicks are banned in this.
No, toothpicks are different.
Yeah, toothpicks are fucking evil. Evil, evil, evil.
Where's Reese at?
Is he here?
No.
Harry said evening.
Hello, Gary. We are a bit early tonight, so there's going to be a bit of
No, bird.
yeah. Mind you,
Patches were.
I don't even know what I'm doing at the moment. Hang on, we're live at the moment, are we?
Yeah.
Oh!
Nobody wants to hear you a lot singing.
Better switch that off then, hadn't I?
Yeah.
I've just been changing scalpel blades.
Oh, right.
What's Neil's pictures on his background, on his wall behind him?
So Andrew wants to know what the pictures are on the wall behind you, Neil.
Right, the one above the telly is Phantoms Forever. It's all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 6 different Phantoms, F4 Phantoms.
Yeah.
But that's a drawing. That's a copy of a drawing. The other one, that's a painting of a snow wolf in paint, in acrylics. And the next one to it is a tiger face on, which is done in pastels. And those 2 was done by my Auntie Jean, the stern, miserable cow who comes. So I hate to say it is a brilliant artist, and I believe in her.
Yeah. Looks like it.
Hey?
I said they look very good.
They are. She sells her paintings for in excess of £1,000.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. And I tell you what, she's a damn good photographer as well. She's a member of the Royal Society of Photographers. Very, very good.
Aha!
Got a D4. No.
Reese has arrived.
Reese is about.
Watch out. Reese is about.
No, we don't need to go there.
Watch out.
No. Right, you're going out, you're having a wine, you're coming in because it's live show. Hurry up, go on.
Gary said any F4 Phantom drawing is good by me.
Oh, you're going to like what I've got to show you tonight then. Oh.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, Reese. We're already live because I haven't figured out all of the little knobs and whistles and stuff for you.
Oh, well, okay. So I was in a world of my own and completely forgot about it.
Yes,
Sorry, mate.
Neil did say that in so many words.
I just said that without calling Baker for nothing. That's he knows.
How can you forget about us?
Oh, I'm sorry, Angela. I'm sorry. I was sitting there minding my own business.
Good enough.
You mean you were sitting there and Grace was getting your ear out again?
No. I'm sorry, Angela. Oh, sorry.
I love Clarice.
There we go.
Keeps you in line.
Yeah, well.
What are we still?
I've actually got sound back on mine today.
Oh.
What?
Well, I'm diorama building today.
10 minutes.
Oh, Smooth's Workshop is live now. Mike's birthday pretty opening live. Yes. I'm sorry. I shouldn't laugh on live.
What's happened, Neil? Smooth's opened his own.
Smooth is on live at the moment because it's Mike's birthday pretty opening. Oh dear, so they had one yesterday for Scott and now there's one today for Mike.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I bet they're missing your money, you know, Bruce.
Good evening,
Yeah.
Yes, hello.
Most probably.
Who else have we got in, Angela?
At the moment, I'm in Seymour. That's all I get mentioned because they've said hello.
Oh,
No.
so
Oh, God.
right, hello in the chat.
Mention.
Angela will call your name out. What more incentive could there be
Bugger off.
to be
Don't
on
start on me tonight.
a premier channel? We're like the ITV of the hobby world.
You wish.
What? ITV, the hobby world.
Yeah, or BBC,
Rob
or-
says hello.
or maybe
I
channel.
put us more around Channel 5. Oh.
Yeah, Channel 5, maybe.
Say hello to Rob.
I
Hello,
was thinking
Rob.
what pay-per-view.
I don't think you can get any lower than Channel 5, can you? Mind you,
Oh, I don't
What
know.
pay-per-view?
2, 3, 4.
yeah,
BBC plus 1, 2, 3. They're all shit.
yeah.
Doesn't matter.
So we're probably Channel 5 plus 10.
Well, it could be worse. We could be Dave.
Rob
Like
said
showing reruns.
probably me, but
Rob says what?
echo.
I can't hear. Can anyone else hear the echo?
Hi, Rob.
Echo.
Go. Right.
Oh, they're trying it again.
What?
See
I just
what
got
I
to
said?
the door.
That shirt. No wonder you wear glasses.
Funny man in the room.
Where?
Rob's
Well, I
echoing.
must admit, it reminds me of what you
I've
guys
set myself a challenge that each week I will wear a more one of my elaborate shirts that I've got. I do have a whole range of them, and some of them are
Way out there.
way out there.
This is tame.
There's some that I've bought that I won't even wear because I don't know what I was doing when I bought them. I must have
You
been
were high on life.
I was high on something, and they are dreadful, and I won't wear them. But
You won't say the time you used to wear pajamas out in the street.
yeah. So right, this is a true story. This went on for a couple of years before I found out. So basically these they're like flannel. Well, they're like lounge trousers. The basically the pajama bottoms you get that got all the, I don't know, whatever on them. You know, they come in different designs, but basically they're bedwear.
Pajamas.
Yeah, they're pajamas. But this was before lounge pants had become sort of mainstream. So I saw these trousers, and I'd never heard at the time. I'd never heard of pajama bottoms like this. To me, they look like tracksuit bottoms that you wear at the gym, right? So I went around for 2 years going out wearing these different,
brighter than your shirt.
Yeah. I had one that got Union Jacks all over them. You know, they were just way out there, and I wore them everywhere, and people kept commenting on them. You know, like the trousers. With hindsight, they were probably taking the piss now, but and yeah, it wasn't until when was it? It was round about when I looked at some. I looked at some in Tesco's or something, and I thought, oh, they're nice. And then I read the label, and yeah, they were pajama bottoms. And then it suddenly dawned on me then that I'd been wearing these for 2 years.
Seymour said, did they have a bum flap?
No bum flap.
I see this chat's going to be fun tonight.
No bum flap, but yeah, they were. That was embarrassing, to say the least.
Not for you. You didn't care.
No, I didn't care. True. So, let's do a bit of a little bit of information, and we do things a little bit different tonight because I've got nothing planned for this week. So we're just basically going to chill out, do a little bit of modelling, have fun, have a chit chat, general chit chat, and
run while you can.
And yeah, we'll do that. But first of all, we'll just get a few things out of the way. We are planning, as you may have been aware previously, we're planning on doing a group build. Now, the group build is going to be an escort. Any escort you want. No restriction on age.
Yes,
what?
It's got to be a Ford Escort.
Right, okay.
Ford Escort car. So mention that car.
So, right, Ford Escort car. Any age, any type of escort, any colour, any condition, no restriction. If you've got the budget, you can even do the aftermarket. You know, if you can trick it all out, you know, if that's your prerogative, go for it. So
if you want a good enough budget, you can do what you want.
Yes, you can. And so what we've decided is we're going to start it on the 1st of June is the date we agreed on. So you've got 5 weeks to get an escort of some sort if you want to join in on that. It's going to be
the Mark. There's 2 Mark 1s out by Belkits. There's the Italieri Mark II, which, to be truthful with you, you will hear a lot of people complaining about that one, saying it's a bad kit and how terrible it is.
Yeah.
It is not a bad kit. It is not actually an Italieri kit. It is a Reebok from the Esky kit, the old Esky kit. And yes, there are a few problems with it, but nothing that if, you know, we are modelers, there's nothing that you can't build a good car out of it. All right, it might not be 100% accurate to that car, but it's as close as you're going to find to a Mark II Escort. But I think the Mark 1s are the same from Belkit.
If anyone's looking for it, that's what it looks like.
Yeah. That's the RS 1800 Mark II.
And you'll be able to get them if you're struggling. You can get them through Mike Jolly or Veteranus, whichever is your preferred dealer.
Or Active Scale Models. In Hockley, they have a site and they'll ship out to you.
Yeah, so there you go.
When he says dealer, he does mean like dealer in a hobby products.
Yes, yes, I do. Yeah, we.
Saying that around my area's got a whole different meaning.
So yeah, so that's going to start in 4 or 5 weeks roughly, and so that's the group build mentioned.
If there's anybody out there that haven't joined Misfits +1 yet, please do so.
Yeah, but yeah, everyone's welcome.
If you don't like us, you can
I've come up with a brilliant idea.
What's that?
We should have a birthday fund for everybody who's on the Hangouts. And
wow!
What we'll do is we'll put 50 pence a month in each.
Yeah, I was thinking like 10p because I'm on a budget.
25p, something like that.
I'm on a budget.
You're on a big budget.
Yeah, because one budget. You're all right with 25p, Beaker. That's it. Sorted.
So, who's going to control the funds?
Not me.
Oh, flipping heck. I think we'll have to leave that to Angela. There's only safe one between us.
No.
Yeah. So,
No.
you'll
No.
it's only 75 pence.
Get a packet of sherbet for your birthday.
No.
Or
Right.
a packet of Maltesers if we can run to it.
Yeah.
I shouldn't take the mickey out of old group, should I?
Right. So, I haven't.
Couple of things quickly.
What?
Rattle Canberra Rebel.
Yeah.
Now we are talking serious stuff, Yam, but what's the catch?
For what?
Don't know. And Richard Bryan says, "Hi guys, how do I get in again with my camera?"
Right. Who was the one that asked about the camera?
That would be Richard Bryan.
Richard. Yeah. I assume you're on about getting into the Hangouts.
Oh, right. Yes, Rick.
If you want to come in now on this right now, I can send you a link.
Yeah, just send him a link to get him in.
If that's what you want to do.
What we will do is we will put the Hangouts up. Every Hangout we do, we'll put up on the page, on Misfits page, and then as people come into the Hangouts, we'll add them to the Misfits Messenger, and then we'll put it on both. Every time there's an Hangout, it will be on Messenger and it'll be on the page. I do apologise, Rick. That is an oversight by us not putting it on the Misfits page. I am very sorry.
Yeah.
But we have had a couple of quiet ones beginning this week because we've had to sort out some rather unsavoury things in what's happened over last week in Misfits.
Right. So you're putting the link on Misfits.
Yeah, what we'll do, yeah. If we put the link on the actual Misfits page so that everybody can see it and it's there.
Do it.
Right, so Angela's going to put the link on right now.
Yeah, and then what we'll do as well is when we do that, we'll put it in the Misfits Messenger, our live chat. Tell Richard you can always get in touch with us anytime through Messenger. Through just go on Misfits and just put it in there because it's what it's for. You can talk to us at any time. Somebody will answer.
Even if it's late at night, there's a chance that somebody's up.
Oh yeah, I'm a night owl. Yep. I don't get to bed before 3 o'clock.
I come offline normally around 12, but I am still up afterwards quite a lot. So,
like I said in chat last week, I'm not a night owl. I'm not an early bird. I'm just some sort of weird pigeon.
Yeah, you are. You are a weird pigeon.
Yeah.
Not one of them in the garden, Reese. Is that you?
Yeah. Did you not?
Is it on it?
Damn it! I'm recognised everywhere. Oh Jesus!
Right. So with that that news out the way, let's go on to what I've been working on this week. Now, unfortunately, I have sustained.
Right, the link is on the Misfits page.
Yes, the link is on the Misfits page apparently now. I have sustained a hobby building injury.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it means I can't do any build work now for a couple of days. I've buggered my elbow up from doing so much sanding.
Get off!
I have.
I don't believe it.
No, it's straight up, Neil. I've got issues with the joints, my joints.
Tennis elbow.
They're looking at it now, and I've got to go and see a neuro person and all that. But I suffered dreadful with like frozen shoulder and me elbows and me thumbs as well. I get repetitive strain injury on my thumbs really easily, and I've got carpal tunnel as well. So this week, because I've been doing so much sanding, the elbow joint has swollen up, and it's become extremely painful to move. So I have actually got to stop until it goes down a bit. It's like a lump on the side of my elbow. So anyway, I'm going to flip to the desk cam because this is awesome. Right. And
that ain't flipping, that's just turning the camera.
that is a flip.
That's cheap. That's cheap type, that is.
That's
I'm going
a
to switch
flip.
to the desk cam. Turn the camera.
That's a flip. Like, that's a flip as well.
Hang on, I'll put some sound effects to this flip in.
Yeah, go on.
Hold on, I've got to go down again, Reese.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Oh. Sorry.
There we go.
Not
Right.
paying attention tonight. Don't know what's going on.
So, as you all know, I've been working on the F4 Phantom Revels 132nd F4 Phantom F4F, I believe it is. And I've been having amazing time with this. It's really coming together well. I just cannot. It's brilliant. I haven't come across anything that hasn't been too difficult to do. I'll show you in a minute. We'll go around it and I'll show you the various bits that I've had to do.
Let's go around.
Obviously, I can't say that it's gone together seamlessly because I've just told you I've got a hobby injury. So that sort of that sort of counteracts there's nothing to do with it. Anyway, I digress. So as I say, this just went together well, given that it is, by all accounts, this is a bad kit. I've said this last week. Everybody says it's a bad kit, but it's gone together really well. I know, yes, I've had to do a lot of sanding, but I still class it as going together really well because I class them tasks as modeling. That is modeling, sanding, and getting the pieces to fit together well. That's just regular modeling. Now, when you come to Bandai and them kits, they do just fall together. You know, that is a nice, easy model. Whereas this, I count this as just regular, bog standard modeling. So there's nothing I've come across at the moment that I don't think anyone would be able to do at a fairly early stage in hobbying, really, in model building. But so
you should have said nothing that somebody couldn't do.
Yes, that as well. So one of the main areas that drew some sort of negative comments before I began building was the spine. Apparently the spine is quite difficult to do. Now, yes, there was a gap, as you can see by the where the filler's gone. You can see the the sort of gap that went along there. And this problem was mainly caused, and you can still see it down the back where the engines are going to go. If I can get it to look in there, you can see where that's warped, where one side was warped.
No screws.
And that's, let me just,
I'm not warped, I'm normal where I come from.
got to remember to move the camera this week. So as you can see, yeah, it's this side. Yeah, you can see that it's warped. Both sides were warped, but you know, this side I don't think is going to be a problem. If it is, I can still get to it to make any adjustments. So I've managed to do the spine. I've been rescribing bits and pieces as I've gone along. I'm not an expert at rescribing. In fact, you know, I'm very poor when it comes to rescribing. But, you know, I'm persevering. You will see areas such as where I've come along, and there you see I've gone off the panel line and there's a scratch. All I can do with that is maybe put a bit of Tamiya cement over it to try and soften it up a bit and just try and erase it as such. So that went well. Another area was the wing roots, and again there was gaps there, but just using purely on these gaps I decided to use Revel Contactor Professional. So I used white cap Tamiya to put the wings on and clamp them down, and then after they were dry I went down the ring roots with that first, let that dry, and then I went over with Mr. Surfacer 500 and just basically brush painted that in to the joints. I haven't yet sanded all of that Mr. Surfacer off, so you can see it along there at the moment. I've got to start sanding that again and then go over and re-add them panel lines again. So there. I also took care of the leading edges, if we can get that in. Yeah, it might not go in very well, but there we go. I took care of the leading edges, got rid of any lines there, any seams there, and filled them where necessary, like at the front here. So after all that, and of course at the back, took care of that seam line there. After all that, the dreaded moment came where I had to put the canopy on the front section onto the back section. Now, as we all know, this could have been a time where it would either go on okay, or I would be in dire trouble because of this warpage back here. I hadn't done much in the way of dry fitting, and because we'd had this gap situation in the top, I was fully expecting a major problem here because I thought all this was going to be out, and as a result, this was going to be, you know, this was going to need tremendous amounts of filler. I can report, and I did show this to Neil, so Neil can back me up on this one. It was a perfect fit. It just slotted straight in, no problem at all. I've just got a little bit of filler to go over where there's a slight gap. Nothing, you know, nothing too severe. I shall sand over that as soon as my my arm is available again. So that's roughly where I'm at with the Phantom. I don't think I managed to show anyone the work I'd done at on the front last week. I don't think I did manage to explain what I'd done. and how Neil had advised me about the positioning and the cables. That I remember I said I'll put some cables on. And there, that's the radar dish, and obviously the front nose cone, which I remember telling you all I had some problems with that because I didn't realise you had to keep the old pieces, and I'd actually thrown them out. So
It's very rare for you to bring anything out.
Yeah, and I was amazed that I managed to get that looking so good again. I mean, these are the old bits that I took off. Everything up to that lip in there, this lip and above. So this section here was originally on this front edge here. So this was a little bit longer, and it had to go back on there. But anyway. That is where I'm up to with the Phantom. I love it, and I would recommend it to anyone.
Yes, he loves it. I can guarantee that he loves it.
Right. So,
Good evening, Mr. Garth. Good evening, Dave.
Dave.
Yes, my favourite.
Oh, Dave. Hello,
my
Dave.
Favourite.
Hello, Dave.
What happened to?
All right, Dave.
Who was it that was wanting to come in on the hangout?
Richard.
Why is he? Ask him if he's had problems with the link.
I might not want to come on a live one.
I might not want to come on a live one. He just might want to be on the Misfits one when you go live, when you're on the hangout.
Oh, I thought I asked him whether he wanted to come on now, and you said yes, please.
He just said yes, please.
Right.
That was all he said. But the link's up. If he wants to join, he can join.
Right. So I'm going to pass over now to Neil, who.
Good to.
I love Dave.
You what?
All right, Dave.
Grace, I've got a problem.
Uh-oh.
I've got fiberglass stuck in my flaming finger.
All right. Do you want to do? Should I do Reese next?
Yeah.
All right, Reese, you're up.
All right, guys. So I haven't really been. Well, I've been doing a lot of stuff actually. This is a. I'm doing it. That's a diorama I've been working on for a little while. For my birthday this year, I've got a Royal Ulster Constabulary Land Rover that I've kind of put together. So this is the diorama for it. So we've got an ordinary Revell British Land Rover up the top here, and it's going to be like a little roadblock in Northern Ireland. And to add that little bit of interest, I'm going to put this diorama up. Oh God! So it's a bit lumpy. Whoa, let's put it in a minute. Just going to put it in this. So I'm going to put the when I go to shows and stuff and display it, then I'm going to put it with the ammo box on the side, open like that, and as you look into the ammo box, it's going to have the diorama inside there. Just as something I thought would be a bit different, really. So yeah, that's what I've only just picked it up tonight. So I've been working on my Italieri Transit for another diorama I'm doing for a video build that I'm doing for my channel. So that's where my transit's at the moment. So this is almost finished now and ready for the diorama. But I've literally just finished doing part 4 of the video build. So that particular escort we were going to do in the group build. So this is where my first one is. So it's getting there. I've just been doing with a little niggly detail with like the wheel cables and the brake hoses and that sort of stuff. All the harnesses inside there. So that's where that's at. I think that's about it, really. I'm quite strange, really. I'll just flick from one model to the next. look at it and think, well, I haven't done that for a while, so I'll get back onto that one. But no, this transit's been my main concern. Well, not concern, my main project at the moment. So that's near as ready. So I just need to get a few more bits inside and it's ready to go. And that's about it, really, for me. I've been doing a bit of model boat. I would bring it over. It's absolutely huge. And doesn't fit on my bench, so that'll. I'll put some pictures up on that on the Misfits site, so you guys can see. But yeah, that's about me, really. That's what I've been doing. Come back from Ireland a while ago, so I've not been at the bench for a while. So I'm just getting back into the swing of it for now. Yeah, that's about me, really. That's what I've been up to.
Cool. So, how was Ireland?
Ireland was absolutely stunning, absolutely beautiful. If no one's ever been, go, because I was just taken aback. It's only about an hour from Southend to Dublin for me. But my friend lives in the southeast coast of Ireland, and I was there for about 3 or 4 days. And it was just absolutely stunning. It was one of those things where you didn't want to come home. So
yeah,
yeah, that was a well-needed break, a very well-needed break.
Did you fly over or?
Yeah, it was from Southend Airport straight over to Dublin, and then we had
because I've been told the flight is really quite severe.
The flight's not that bad actually. I was quite surprised by how high we went. I thought it'd just be like up, across, and then down again, but it was quite a substantial height.
Yeah,
so it was just it was my first ever flight, so I was a bit.
And you were
a bit nervous to begin with.
Planes go high.
Well, I was surprised. I was surprised about how high that plane went, if I'm honest, because I thought it was like, it's only across the.
I was just thinking then, Reese's first flight, and what's usually on in the background, and we've got private hangouts on, air crash investigation.
Thanks, Neil.
It's always on in the background.
Yeah.
We've got
we've got a new joiner.
Yeah, we've got somebody new in.
Hello, Rick. You all right, pal?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Hello.
Hello. The camera's not working apparently. Hang on. Can you see me?
No, not yet. We can hear you, but we can't see you.
We're playing hide and seek now. Is that what it is?
I must be doing something wrong. I'm just a thick Geordie.
You know.
We've already got one of those in here.
Piss off. Don't
Marco.
So,
you're brave. You're saying things like that.
Angela comes from the north.
Fucking shot.
Come to the light, Rick. Come to the light.
My dad comes from the north as well.
Yeah, exactly. So we both shoot her.
We can't hold it. We can't hold it against them, can we?
I can see the point.
I don't know. Personally, I'm a Yaman. I mean, I know I'm perfect. I come from Yam country.
You're definitely not perfect.
Oh, I am.
No. Far from it.
Right, so anyway, we'll go over to Neil now as he tells us what he's been building this week. And then it's just, we'll have a chat with Richard. And then it's just a casual,
God help us.
you know, chit chat.
Right. Are we on? Are we on?
Yeah, you're on.
Yeah. Am I on? Am I on?
You're on.
Don't forget to you tested, Neil. You.
Right. This week.
Is this on?
Sorry. What?
You go. Is this on?
Testing. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2.
Right. This week I have been building my Norton 500. My Italiero 190 go.
Nice.
Which, in actual fact, Reese has done a video building one of these on his channel, RJC Models. This kit in actual fact, is another one. It is not an Italiera kit. This one is a rebox of a Protar kit, 1/9 scale. And I do actually have an original Protar one sitting in the back room. So other than that, which it's a typical Protar kit, their molds was, they were sort of a garage company, a garage type manufacturer. They did some brilliant stuff, but everything they ever made needed work. You needed to be a modeler to do the kit. You could very easily get fed up with them because of a lot of problems. So it's just a case of slowly working through it, getting bits together, filling, sanding where you need to, and you'll finally get there in the end. Now, other than that, what I have done this week is, if I nick you over to the other camera, there you go, because I'm not like Mark, I've got something where I just click it. Right, first off, we have a new acquisition, Tamiya's Carrera GT with the aftermarket. The reason why I've got this actually is because my uncle and a couple of us, me and my brother, we own a 996 glass top Tiger, and ever since my uncle saw one of these, which is the very expensive, nearly €1 million Carrera, when it was in production, he has loved them, and I decided to buy him one and build it because it's the only way he's ever going to own one.
Oh, really?
So, and they've given me that much help because they're my carers. I thought I'd do that. But the other nice thing I have found, finally, and it has took me, believe it or not, 86 till now. So what we're talking, 32 years to get hold of this kit. Mr. Hobby, high-tech, 1/12 scale, VSA Gold Stock.
Pinch me, I'm dreaming.
Trigger warning.
This was a lot of money.
Wow.
Believe me, this was.
Where did you get that now?
I got it off eBay, and it cost me a lot of money. This came to me for the grand price of 245 quid.
Nice.
But it's one of them. It's the only model I know of a BSA, and as you can see, it's even the chrome on it. It's got some beautiful chrome work on it. I haven't opened any of the bags, but as you can see, it's got all the spokes. You have to spoke the wheels yourself.
Is that it?
I thought it was no spoken in here.
It's got all photo etch, and the other thing is one really heavy box. It's full of white metal. It's got white metal frame, white metal engine, you name it, it's white metal. So it's one of them that, don't get me wrong, they do this what they call the high-tech model. They did not just bikes in, they did it in tanks. They did some Panzer 3s and 4s in them. I think they did a Tiger as well in it, 135th. They've also done some aircraft. They are renowned of not being the nicest of kits. The white metal takes a lot of time and effort to get to go right and line up, and sand down and get nice. It's not a nice finish on it, but it's a kit where I've wanted for so long, and I thought, well, blow it. I saw it. It's the only one I've seen for sale for knocking on 15 years. I hadn't got the money to buy the one when I saw it last time. So I just thought, right, I'll grab this while I can. And I know people get a bit annoyed about budgets and what things cost, but
I don't understand this. I don't understand this whole. So basically, you've got the money. You see, if I had the money, I would just do the same thing that you've done, and I would have gone and bought it. So if you've got the money and you want to buy a model, you shouldn't have to be thinking, I can't buy that because I'm going to upset Joe Blogs, who's on another, who's on this channel or that channel.
Or not, there are,
it's ridiculous.
Like that.
You know, because they would be doing exactly the same thing if they had the money.
Yeah, well, I think that's what it comes down to. It's because they haven't got it, and you have.
It just boils down to jealousy.
Right. Well, on that other hand, Rob's asking.
Well, I mean, the way it works for me is I've brought that kit, which means I won't be getting, apart from one order I've got in for some kits I've been waiting for 18 months, the new Ebro Lotus 49B. Which there's a reason why I've ordered that kit. It's my Auntie Jean was very ill in 1968. She got very close to not being with us, and they were engaged at the time. And in 1969, Uncle Jack, who's always been into F1, because he's worked in it and racing all his life as a metallurgist, he took her to Monaco in '69. And they have always been their greatest driver that's ever lived, as far as they're concerned. Graham Hill, they loved him, and he won. Of course, he was the king of Monaco. And the 49, he's always wanted to model of it. The 1/12 Tamiya one is nowhere near accurate, and I mean nowhere near accurate. I don't think you could make an accurate kit out of it. So when I found out that Ebro was releasing the 69 car, knowing that they research and they come out with them properly, they're a proper kit. It's been on order 18 months, and it's finally coming. It'll be landing at Hiraboy on the 30th of this month, so they'll be straight out because I've pre-ordered 2 and paid for them. But apart from them, I won't be thinking about buying kits now for another 4 months because I brought that bike. And this is what I don't understand about people who, I know people on budgets. Everybody is on a budget. It just depends how you work it out. Because if you want a big kit, you're going to find a way of getting it. If you don't buy a kit for 2 months and buy a big one, it's not going to hold you back. You don't have to buy a kit every week. So that's the way I look at it. Maybe I know probably a lot of people think a different way, but that's the way I think of it. But I do this hobby. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've done it all my life, and I've never stopped since I was about 8 years old. That was 50 years ago. But since I found out my mental conditions and the accident were happened 21 years ago, this actually keeps me sane. It keeps me from tearing people's heads off. Because the bipolar goes up and down, up and down. But if I sit here doing my models, I've got the dogs by the side of me, I'm chilled out, and I just relax.
Right.
It's like everything disappears.
We have a question. Angela?
Gary's asked.
Gary has asked about the best.
Sorry, Rob.
Rob.
What?
After a 30-second at 109, what's the decent one to get?
109, 30-second scale.
Yeah. Don't tell me you did.
Edward, 303.
The problem is with 132nd scale. I think the only 132nd scale that you can think of, 109, which is a good one, would be the new Tool Revel, which just come out. And it's a sensible price kit. It's not bad detail as it stands out the box, but you can, if you would like, throw aftermarket at it from Edward. There's a lot of aftermarket for it. That would bring it up to probably, if you went for a cockpit set and exterior detail set, it would probably put the kit up from about I think that kit's about 42 quid to buy the kit. And with the Edward kits for, say, the cockpit and the exterior, it would put it up, I think, to around £90, which is like, when you think about it, that's sort of around the area of what Tamiya's 132nds are. You know, just the edge of that. 148 scale. 148 scale BF 109s. You've got a whole raft of areas to go. If it's 148 scale, I'd say go for the Edward, because that's got the resin and the photo etch in it that you need if you go for the Profi Pack one.
Yeah. Edward have got 132nd BF 109 E1. New tool in 2009. Or the Profi Pack 2009 changed parts.
Yeah, they're not a bad kit. They're not a bad kit at all.
I'm just going through the scale mates. They do a weekend edition, which I'm surprised at 132nd scale weekend edition.
Yeah, that's not actually, that's a quarter cheap kit there is for a 132nd. It's got no engine in it.
Yeah.
That's why it's called the weekend kit. It's missing the engine. But I think it's still got the same cockpit as the other one.
Yeah. Asagawa do one as well. But theirs is 2001. So the newest tool is probably the Edward. Although there's a company called
Cyberlink.
No.
Cyber Hobby.
Cyber Hobby.
Yeah. They have a 132nd, and theirs was a new tool in 2010, and then it changed parts in 2014.
Gary has said it really depends what sub-variant of 109 you want.
Yeah, there's so many.
I mean, you are talking, how many variants of the 109 was there?
Preferably one.
14. Yeah.
He preferably wants an E1.
E1.
Right.
An E1.
All right, so let's go back down the list.
Has Richard got any ideas?
Oh, Edward. Edward's is an E1. But the Profi Pack is an E3, E4, E7. The weekend edition is an E1. You might be able to get some aftermarket for it if you bought the, I don't know, for the sake of, because then Profi Packs, you get so much extra detail in.
Yeah.
I would go with the E3 and get the Profi Pack.
Oh, Rick's managed to get himself working.
But that's me. I don't know that much about planes or jets or cars or absolutely anything, really.
I see Rick's managed to get in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
How are you, mate? You all right?
Not so bad.
He's in there.
I'll tell you what, there is one thing that Mark knows about. Loud shirts.
Yes.
What?
Oh, yeah, I'm an expert.
Loud shirts.
I can't hear you over my shirt.
Let's move on and say hello to Richard.
Hello.
And
you all right, Richard?
I'm just getting over really well. I was on last week and had a chest infection, etc. But
A bit rough, mate.
I'm back on track now. I had a bit of monetary problems, as you know, Neil. So kits haven't been like burner. What I've done is, does anybody recall that Build the U-Boat 96?
Yes. Yeah.
Weekly work. Well, I bought that. I finished it about 8 months ago buying them. I built the hull and I put it in storage. So I thought, I'm going to get that back out. I don't even see it in the background, but it is one mother. It's huge.
What size is that, Rick?
148 scale. Now,
wow.
This way, it goes. I can't get it in the camera. It's that.
That is sexy. I like that.
Now I've got 3 inches to go on the stern. The torpedo will be able to go on the bow, which is about 6 inches. It's just huge, and then
it's a gorgeous looking kit.
I'm really with them. I believe it's based on that famous submarine from Das Boot.
Oh yes,
I think it is
571. Was it 57? Something like that. 357. Oh, yeah.
Oh, this one's 96. So
Yeah.
I must have got my wife.
That's it. Yeah. Have you ever seen that film, the original, the director's cut?
No.
I've seen Das Bout a few times, and then I think like last year they had the director's cut on History Channel, and it was 3 hours 50 minutes, and it totally changed. If you see the director's cut, the whole meaning of the film changes. It's amazing.
It's one of my favourite films, to be honest.
It still has me in tears at the end.
And you see it from the perspective of the Germans, you know, they weren't all bad. As they normally portrayed in films, you know, they just had to rough it like the rest of us.
No. I mean, at the end of the day, when in the war, it was they, like you say, they were fighting for their country the same as we were fighting for ours. And it's just unfortunate they've got a complete nutcase as a leader.
Exactly.
Well, that's what the Russians said, wasn't it? One of the Russian generals turned around and said, we had the choice of fighting for 2 dictators, but we chose the one which spoke our own language. That sort of summed it up. But you see, the thing with the U-boats is, because my old man's ex-Navy, and he's always said to me, he says, it does not matter about which side you're on. He said, because at the end of the day, the one thing that everybody is fighting is the sea. And that is something that you will never win against.
I see.
And it's like, you look at Das Bout, and everybody says, oh, well, it's from the German perspective. But the British submariners went through it like that. So did the Japanese. So did the Italians. So did the Russians. So did the Americans. You know, being on a submarine was not a nice experience.
It's got to be one of the most horrendous ways to die. Drown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you don't drown, do you? You're crushed, isn't you, almost?
Yeah.
And they, am I right in saying they leaked like a sieve when they were underwater?
They can do, yeah. They can do.
Like nowadays they're a lot better, like watertight. But back then, when they went underwater, the deeper they got, you know, leaks would just spring up all over the place.
Yeah, the Germans found a trick of trying to get out of the way of depth charges by going deeper than what they were ever designed for. They did. Some of them boats went to a good 100 meters down further, which I mean is 330 feet further than what the boat was ever designed for. I mean, they withstood pressures. Was absolutely amazing.
German engineering, though, isn't it?
It's a big jump on the front there. The torpedo bay. It's all detailed interior as well. You've got the engine room, the captain's quarters, and it's just the detail is just amazing. Now what I'm going to do is I'm thinking about lighting it as well.
Yeah, that's an idea.
A lighting system inside so it illuminates it on a night, and I think with a red light and you know, the quarters where the very
red lights.
But getting back on another subject, photo etch. Look at this, guys. So much. Now this is just a sample.
Oh, is that for that sub?
Yeah, and I've got about that again. No, I've never done photo etch before.
Oh
so
my
some
God!
Tips were created.
He's never done photo.
I don't know what sort of glue.
Well, Rick, just to I'm doing photo etch now on this Accurate Armour Hotspur.
Yeah.
And I have no photo etch bender or anything like that. I just use a knife, some pliers, and a bit of super glue, and that seems to do me well.
Super glue.
Now, my top tip on photo etch would be, second to that would be Maplins, although they're not there anymore. Is if you can go and get a pair of these They're smooth jawed, long needle nose pliers.
Yeah.
And they're better than, let me get this right now. I'm going to say they're better than a photo etch bender. Obviously, they're not better than a photo etch bender because I've got both. I get more use out of these because I can just go in and bend the item. Whereas with the photo etch bender, it's more precise, it's more clinical, but you've got to go in and lock everything down and then bend it and then come back out and lock everything.
It's going to be totally alien to me because I've modeled for years and I've never actually come across, you know, for.
Yeah.
The other thing I would suggest getting, how good is your soldering skills?
Not too bad.
You any good at soldering?
Yeah, not too bad. I'm fair, though, yeah.
All right, you might be okay then. But one of the things I got was, and it was superb for photo etch. I'm not sure where it's gone. It's a little, it's like a thermal paste, and you just basically brush it on along the join, and then come in with your iron and touch it, and the flux just flows all along the join and sets instantly.
Right.
It's,
I'll certainly look into that.
where the hell has it gone? Let me sort that out and I'll let you know what it is.
There'll be one of your drawers or your shelves.
I've been looking at the deck gun as well on this kit, and it's a lot of photo etch on that too. Now the deck gun itself, the plastic pieces, I would say are okay, but I've been looking at the Edwards deck gun for the same class of submarine, and it's 1795. It's a no-brainer because the detail on that is absolutely exceptional. So I might go down that route as well. It's just a total different class. And we all know what Edward are like for their kids.
All right.
What kit is that there, Rick?
Pardon?
Sorry, Reese.
What kit is that there, Rick, that you got there? The submarine kit.
Yeah.
Who is it that make it?
What make is it? He's asking.
Oh, it's a.
That's one of them that you brought as a weekly with a weekly magazine.
I'll be back.
Like the Agostini.
No, it's.
Oh.
I've got a feeling because of the scale of it now. I've got a feeling that's something to do. That's a very similar thing to what the big trumpeter one is.
Oh, I've seen that. That is one awesome kit. Is that the one with the clear parts on the side?
Yeah, got one side completely clear. Yeah.
Yeah, I was pricing those the other day. That's a lottery chalk. That you told me. What, £300-400 easy?
Yeah, I think it is.
There you go, Rich. That's the stuff. It's mechanical solder paste.
Can you just zoom it out a bit? Oh, that's it, mate. Right. I'll make a note of that.
And I think I had to buy this from China. It takes a while to get here. It's not very expensive. And when it comes to soldering, this is a godsend.
Right, cheers for that, Mark.
Because you can put it in the big complex things that you build. You can just run it along the joins and it makes them that much more sturdier. Because I tended to find that once you bend them, if you've not got much time before they start breaking.
It's liable to be a bit dry sometimes, the solder.
Yeah, this if I just undo the lid to show you, it is just basically like a putty.
Oh yeah.
So you just get a little
solder stick,
smear it along the join, put the soldering iron to it. Bish bash bosh.
Right. I'll certainly look into that, mate. Cheers for that.
You know, that's the stuff they make computer motherboards with.
Is it?
Yeah. You don't honestly think that somebody sort of with a soldering iron solders every joint on one of them motherboards.
Well, no, I think there's like a CNC machine that just.
No, it runs through. What they do is they where they don't want the solder, they put a special like chemical down, and then it literally runs through a bath of molten solder. Comes out the other side, runs off, and then they spray another chemical on that gets rid of this chemical, and it just disappears where they don't want it. It's absolutely amazing.
Molten Sculptor, wasn't it those two from the X-Files?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you're all right, mate. Don't worry. I'll be coming to collect you soon. You know, it's been long gone.
Excellent.
Yeah, you're in trouble now, Reese.
Yeah, I've done it now, haven't I?
Yeah. So that's Richard. Everybody, he's is this a regular thing, Richard? Are you going to be with us?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. So everyone say hello to Richard, and he's going to be a new.
Hello, Richard.
Hello to his young daughter was on as well earlier. That was your daughter, wasn't it? Who was on earlier with you, Rich? So was that your daughter who was on with you?
That was my partner. No, that was my partner.
Oh, sorry.
I should be chuffed a bit. It's 49.
Anyway,
I don't mean to sort of comment that you was that old, mate.
Oh, you've made her dear now.
Smooth too. Yeah.
Oh, another thing with the submarine, guys. You've got to put the rivets on individually, believe it or not, in strips of 3.
Yeah.
Now, imagine 145 scale, and there's about 2,000 of them. So I'm literally going to be rivet counter. I'm going to be pulling my hair off.
I was about to make that joke then, Rick. Have you counted them yet?
David Price says hello, Richard.
I was very tempted to last night. I couldn't sleep, so I was just going browsing through the magazine, and then I was looking at the rivets, and I thought, "Oh my god, what have I let myself in for here?"
You know, if you took that to a show, Rich, that someone probably would stand there and count the rivets.
Yeah, they turn around so there ain't enough rivets. That line's in the wrong place. Oh,
not enough rivets.
Yeah.
Nice model, Rick, but I'm afraid you're 4 rivets short. It's not accurate.
You can take your 4 rivets and yeah.
And I'll raise you 4.
Yeah.
And I'm stuck to a Jeep.
This has always been my argument, because I mean, most of my life I have been into, without build anything, I've been most of my life into cars and bikes. Plus, like having a job like race mechanic, especially with Porsche on WEC and World Endurance. I know that cars, they'll bring them out in a model, and that the car in them kit, as in the entity of what is in the kit, that might have only run 10 laps in practice as it stands in that kit. Every time they went out, there was something different on them. And you get rivet counters who'll say, that's wrong, that's wrong. And I'm thinking, you don't even know what you're talking about. And I've got to admit, parts of our hobby are being ruined by these rivet counters. I mean, how can you decide what's maximum detail and what's not? Unless you've got the blueprints in front of you, or a prototype of that aircraft or that car, how can you turn around and say, well, that's not accurate? You can't do it.
That's taking it to the extreme, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is why I like building armour, because you can just batter the hell out of them and no one really cares.
The thing is, though, the armour rivet counters are the worst.
Yeah.
I mean, Reese will bear me out on this. Phil Flory of Flory Models, it is true, he says, if it looks like what you've brought in the box, if it smells like it, it's painted like it, it's near enough in the same dimensions, then that's what it is. Are you going to bother? Are you going to bother about? Oh, the wingspan is half an inch longer in the kit than it is on the real aircraft. Yeah.
If it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, and walks like a duck, therefore, tis a duck.
A pigeon.
What's that?
Yeah, he's just said it's a pigeon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Is there anybody else in the chat wants to ask anything?
Meeting once, and a bloke complained about a model was sailing too fast for its scale. Down at the end of the pond.
Oh dear Lord. So
what was that?
For those that are not following chat, is this Dave Price? Mm-hmm. Dave Price was at an
RC model boat meeting.
An RC model boat meeting, and somebody complained that one of the boats was going too fast for its scale. And that guy nearly ended up in the pond with his boat. But this isn't it? This is the level that some people are at. It's crazy. It's a hobby.
This is a hobby.
Do you remember the guy the comedian that used to come on and he'd go, "It's a puppet"?
Brian, whatever his name is.
Brian Connolly. Was it Brian Connolly?
It's a puppet.
Yeah. Well, we need somebody like that. It's a hobby.
Well, you can be that. I can say that.
Well, Dave, I feel your pain there. Being an RC model boater myself, it's a pain in the arse. All right, that's not right. Well, isn't it? Oh well, never mind. Keep walking.
Keep walking. Oh dear.
It's like at the moment I'm building a. Well, that's how I'm building. Me and my dad are building a RNLI Mersey class lifeboat.
Oh, I want to build one of those.
Yeah, I'll send you some pictures, Marcus. Oh, yeah. I love it.
Yeah, top of my list.
This Iron model, Mark. This is like a radio. It's always gorgeous.
Yeah, it's just 38 inches long. Two 700 motors powered by a 12-volt battery. But when I first started building her, we lost my auntie around the same sort of time. So usually they have a number on the side to allocate a lifeboat station to a lifeboat. But I'm going to use my auntie's day of birth, so the day she was born, so like the 11th, and the month she was born. As the number, and call her Patricia May. But I've looked and researched. There's no number like her. I think her birthday or the number on the side will be 0211. I don't think there's an 0211 lifeboat, and I know for a fact there's not one called Patricia May. So I'm not actually modelling my Mersey on anywhere. It's more of like a tribute to my auntie.
Don't walk at Viv like that.
What's that?
My dog barking at Viv.
Oh, has your wife turned up?
Bloody next door has just come back.
I've still yet to see her. I've never seen her.
Nobody will either. She won't come on.
I'm beginning to think she's not real.
I wish she would.
What?
Oh. Just you wait till I see her at Telford, Neil.
Don't you dare. I'm in enough trouble after this.
I will.
What?
Love you really, Neil.
I've got this lovely way of just smiling at her and saying, I love you, kid. She believes me. Oh, well, I don't think she does.
Dick, you bastard. There we go.
That's a darling.
Oh, no, I am.
Like I say, are we talking about Mark again?
Yeah, somebody's got to love me.
We love you, really, Mark.
There you go.
There you go. Somebody.
No homo.
I'm you privileged.
we love you, really, Mark. No homo. No homo.
Yeah, I once tried giving my missus away to my brother. My brother turned around and says, with a brother like you, who needs enemies? I have tried. I've tried getting her away. I have done one.
Did she watch this afterwards at all?
Nah, she knows what I'm like. Before the accident, I offered to sell her to me mate down at one of the bike meets for a tenner. I said, a tenner and a go on your bike, you can keep her.
I couldn't get rid of me for £1.
No, did I ask that much?
Yeah, even
Hey?
Send me away. Where would we be without?
She had me back for that one, you know. She nicked me for speeding 3 days later.
Probably in a better hangout.
What?
Somebody said, where would we be without our Mark?
That would be Dave.
Probably in a better.
Yeah, definitely.
Can't just say I've got a bit of a chip on my shoulder.
The old jokes are the best.
They get worse, mate, I tell you.
Yeah. It don't get any better from here, I'm afraid.
Nah.
You know, at least you know what you're getting. Total lunacy.
You know it's a hangout you can really get stuck into.
That's why we're called the Misfits.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we picked the right name.
Picked the right name. We've had some right stick about it.
Yeah, but have you noticed? We've called it the Misfits.
Yeah, but we always cover cutting edge news.
Oh, dear. Wow. Cutting edge news. Oh.
And we're up to grips on all the new models.
Oh, dear.
With the latest technology.
I don't know.
Thanks for that. Hey, not bad for Jody. Yeah.
Better be careful, otherwise people are not going to stick around.
Oh, yeah.
Oh God.
Hey, hang on, you can't say stick around with the tube of Revell glue at the same time.
Well, no.
They'll have you under trade descriptions. I tell you what, that is absolutely brilliant glue. That Revell glue is brilliant glue if you need to glue something solid, but you need time to move it around.
And by
when
time,
I say time to move it around, I don't mean 2 or 3 seconds. I mean like
2 or 3 years.
Hamika Villas, the German guy who does armour, he shows you how to do it. Because the German half track, everybody has problems with the German half track. Because of the shape of the sides, they've got a very funny shape to them. And where they meet the front, it's very difficult to get them lined up. And it's because a lot of people use the normal instant, Tamiya extra thin and that. And if you use that stuff, as you can put it on, tape it on, and then as you slowly build up the sides and down to the front, you can get it to all line up and then finally tape across the joints. And he never has a problem. And he said the reason is because he uses that. And David Damak as well on YouTube is a brilliant modeler who's better known as Plasma. If anybody hasn't seen his channel, please have a look at it because he is one of the nicest guys you will ever meet in the modeling world. His videos are wonderful to watch, and his building is just out of this world. He's fantastic. It's Plasmo, P-L-A-M-S-O.
Everybody knows Plasmo, surely.
Believe it or not, I have met certain people who didn't know who the heck he was, mate.
Wow.
Oh.
So, how's the chat doing, Angela?
Yeah. Alive and well.
Yeah.
Someone says.
I ordered the camera from Amazon today.
Oh, excellent.
You might get to see what he looks like yet.
Somebody says what?
Dave's finally. Did you say he's ordered one?
Uh-huh.
Dave has finally ordered a camera from Amazon.
Yeah, I think he's going to give me some stick when he's got it as well, I do.
So,
what happens if he gets his camera and then we don't like what he looks like?
well, we'll just pretend. We'll pretend it doesn't. We'll
You
pretend
can't
it
say
doesn't
things
work.
like that.
Well, I'm still here, and I'm still here. And look at me.
Yeah, if I can get
Yeah,
through,
pretty
then
good,
you got no problem, Dave.
I mean, Rick's the newest one. He'll admit that. You look far prettier than what Mark does.
Well, how can you say that? We don't know what he looks like yet.
Rick's all right. He's a Geordie.
We're
He's in on.
feel like this. So I can't reach that much, can I?
Well, Reese, great hair. Do you know that book puts me in mind of?
Go on.
That film from the 80s, Young Einstein.
Actually, I'll tell you, Ricky, and his nickname is Beaker. Remember the Muppets?
That's what my partner calls me, Beaker.
Yeah, if you remember the Muppets with him running around, you know, with the orange hair.
Oh, God. I don't think I'm going to answer that. I'm
What?
not answering that one.
What? What?
Dave said, who said he was going to show us?
I don't even want to know where that's going. So,
It's my dirty mind, that's all.
where, while I remember,
You flustered.
no, while I remember, so we have a spare webcam. I sent it down to Dave, but unfortunately, Dave runs on Linux, and
You can't use it.
he can't use it. So, there is a spare webcam going for somebody if they want to be on the, on our nightly hangout and join us on the weekly show or whatever. Then if you do, just drop me a private message and I'll arrange it. I'll arrange it to get sent to you.
Can I just say one thing?
What?
If you want to be in the hangouts with us every night, which are a lot of they're private, we're only live on a Wednesday night. If you want to be in them, but you don't want to come on the live show, that's no problem. We're not going to hold it against you. Not going to say, oh, you can't join. So, if you want to come on, and get used to being on there, if you were to later date say, I want to come on the live hangout, fine. But if you don't, there's nothing stopping you wanting to come on the private ones during the week.
Yeah.
Is that really nightmares?
Yeah, I know.
This is what we like every night. We just have a laugh and we sit down and we model.
Have you seen Beaker on there?
Yeah,
it's frightening. It's frightening.
Is that big?
Don't you start?
Oh, I'll tell you what, Mark.
Yeah.
So you did want to point out.
The
people who were watching last week, Mark told you all about the EBMA glue pot holder that he brought.
Yes.
Now, since then, I ordered 3 sets of drawers. Well, 2 sets of drawers and what they call their tool station. They are cheaper than Hobby's Own, far nicer wood, easier to go together, stronger. You would not believe what they're like, because you look at the price compared to Hobby's Own, you think no way can they be any good for that price. Believe me, you will not be disappointed. They are fantastic.
Where do you get those from, Neil?
EBMA.
EBMA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we'll put a link in the description.
Yeah, absolutely, they are cracking stuff. In actual fact, I've just ordered some more.
Yeah, they're really good. They really are.
The quality is amazing. Far, far better than Hobby's Own. No, I mean, and I'm not derogatory to Hobby's Own. I mean, I've got Hobby's Own stuff as well, but I would much rather have these. That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Yeah, they're very good quality, I must admit.
Well, you can tell Reese tonight. If I don't sleep, it's his fault.
Why?
Sorry, Angela.
Well,
You know, I know his face is bad, but come on, Angela. It's not that frightening.
Who's that?
Reese is scaring Angela.
I'm in trouble.
you are.
We're in trouble. Someone's come along and they burst our bubble.
Don't like an angry Geordie.
Uh-oh. Sorry, Angela.
How's Reese scaring Angela?
I don't know. You know,
Fucking
I don't know. I'm just going along with it. It's something to do with...
Reese is just such a nice young lad. You couldn't scare him.
Chris,
Why is he scaring you? What's he done?
fucking Muppets.
Muppets? You're scared of Muppets?
Mark, I'm scared of flies.
You were born in the north.
I don't care.
Sorry, Richard.
I might have been born in the north, but I'm not from the north. I don't like the cold. I don't like bugs.
Angela, where are you from, Richard, exactly?
I'm Durham.
Durham, yes. Angela's from Hartlepool.
All right.
Please don't say it.
He doesn't have to. It was all there in the right.
Go there, please.
That sums it all up there. Oh right.
In actual fact, we did work out. We forgot to tell Mark before the start of the show, but Reese and I did work out that we have got 3 Muppets on the show because there's Reese who's Beaker. Everybody reckons I'm the one with the bald one with the glasses who's always chasing Beaker around the
Yeah.
around the, and then we've got Mark who's Waldorf who moans about everything.
Waldorf?
Yeah,
Yeah, just
you know the two grumpy old gits.
Oh, I like them. They're funny.
Yeah, we own Waldorf.
Is that what one of them's called?
Yeah.
Statler and Wardorf, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Who's
Mark didn't do the Muppets.
I did. I watched them every week.
We can't, and you don't remember them.
Yeah, no, I don't remember them, but that's because my mind's fucked now.
I used to like the old farts in the theatre.
Yeah, that's what yeah, Statler and Wardorf.
Yeah, that's what they're on about. They're saying I'm one of them. I mean, honestly, look, really? I don't see the resemblance. I'm sorry.
Esther says hi.
One of the shows, but
Oh, Colin's in the house.
Jason says hi.
Hey.
Wondering.
Colin.
Why doesn't he come in? And is that Festa 67?
Esther 67 says hi all.
Hello, Cole. How are you, bro?
Jason Devontae. Don't know.
Does he want to drop in?
I don't know. I'm just saying hi. It's 9:15.
Hello, bro. How are you, darling?
Colin,
He's got him up.
Oh.
does he want the link to come in?
There you go, Mark.
Oh, yeah. Right, hold on a minute. Let me have a closer look at it. Which one am I? I'm not in.
The miserable one.
I'm not in.
I'll go with the guy with the white hair. He looks better than that one there with the bloody beak.
Yeah, but you've got no hair, so how can you have the one with the white hair?
Well, it's like a comb over.
They've both got hair.
Well, you can't be either.
Just on the side.
Yeah, but one of them's got less than the other.
It could be a big bed without the feathers.
Either way you look at it, you're Waldorf. Shut up and take it.
So, where's
Do me a favour, Colin. Are you feeling okay, mate? Is everything going all right?
Just a second. To everyone in here in the comments.
Good.
Thank you, Jason. It's very kind of you. Is he a member of Misfits?
Who's that?
Jason. He's just subscribed to everyone in here.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
thank you very much.
He has a channel himself. Check it out. Some of my work when you can, please.
Excellent.
Oh, brilliant. Excellent.
We will look for that.
Awesome. I'm back at work tomorrow, so I'll have a look when I'm at work.
Isn't it worrying to realise that somebody who's on frontline ambulance service and he gets time to look at the internet and do models?
It's not frontline, I'm PTS. HDU PTS.
All right, it's second line, isn't it? It's second line.
Hey, look.
You've got to do something when you're having the coffee breaks.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's another one. What is that? It's a beak with black hair.
Oh,
yeah, Goth Beaker.
That's the thing off the
It's Goth Beaker.
Yeah.
Oh, Goth Beaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Well,
go back a little bit. Backwards a little bit. Yeah. We're sort of there. The pupils need to be a little bit bigger.
Pardon?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the paint to dry.
Pervy.
Did Fester get back and say whether he wanted to join?
He joined the town.
Yeah, I meant, does he want to come in on the live hangout right now?
Fester, would you like to join the live hangout?
And Rob B, yes, it is high dependency trace and transport.
Well done, Reese. You can read.
High dependency.
We get to play with blue lights and all sorts.
Cool.
That is it.
You know, I was in the back of an ambulance that come out to me because I'd had a heart episode, and they took me under blue lights to the hospital.
We both
and
really ended up
I'm not kidding you. The trip to the hospital nearly caused as much aggro for my heart as waiting for the ambulance. Because they strap you in the back and they say relax, but then that ambulance goes along and it doesn't stop. It goes hell for leather around the roundabouts. It doesn't stop at the traffic lights, and you feel like you're about to be thrown off the stretcher. And it's
when you noticed he's always moaning. Yeah, you know we're upsetting the mouse, don't you, Beaker?
What's that?
When they took him out the back of the ambulance, he realised they'd gone past the hospital. He was at the vet.
At the vets? Fucking vets.
If you're going to throw something at him, Mark, can you tell me so I can duck?
Yeah.
You know, when I told you that I had got a certificate to prove I was sane, I wasn't joking.
Yeah, it was a Section 8.
Yeah.
He just had his haircut.
It just proves you can con some doctors like that tomorrow.
Reese, Angela says you need a haircut.
Well, normally I'd have it all styled nice.
I did tell her that you have just had it cut.
Yeah. And the side shaved. And when I go back, I'm getting this done.
What about the rest of it?
He likes it. He's very much in the sort
like
of
my vintage, classical sort of stuff. So normally
recently get some gel on that. You could have a mozza quiff.
Oh yeah.
a what quiff?
Mozza, Morrissey.
Oh right, I don't. Yeah, okay.
Come on, you got to have heard of Morrissey.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
You know, music to slit your wrist by.
I've heard of him, but I hadn't seen him or.
You could ski down his quiff.
Yeah.
I do normally have it quiffed up. I just couldn't bother this morning. It just takes so much effort and a lot of gel.
Yeah.
That's no excuse.
You know, our Mark seems to have missed a hell of a lot in his life, you know.
I haven't missed any. I haven't missed anything. Well, I probably have, but
Yeah. At least you're awake.
Got to learn, you know, to have fun.
oh, here we go again.
Proper fun.
We had lots of fun last night. You missed it all.
Daddy.
Yeah, that sounds really bad.
Yvonne, this is a family show.
There you go, Angela. So when I get my my hair cut next, this is how it's going. A bit like that. A bit like that.
That's all right, actually. I like that.
Can you do the rugged pose as well? Not bad. Not bad. Yeah.
You haven't sent me after a 12-hour shift. Then I can do the rugged pose. I've just done a 12-hour shift and I've still got an hour and a half drive home, so get the hell out of my way.
Yeah, see, that is cool.
Right, I've got to nip to the toilet quickly.
Oh, gum, the world one.
With the right hairstyle, that would go.
No, that's what I mean by like my vintage looks. I'm into that sort of vintagey 50s style haircut. But I usually have it all done up, but I just couldn't bother this morning. This is my get up and went hair.
I am darling, darlings.
At least you can have your hair cut. I'm not allowed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I want to shave it all off and they won't let me.
Yeah, that's a bit strange. I don't know. What? Just because, or?
I've done it twice. Without telling
When you say have it all off, do you mean like literally everything?
Yeah, completely bald.
Oh.
Twice.
Oh.
He didn't speak to me for a week afterwards.
Lovely.
Lovely peace and quiet.
Colin's off.
Ta-ra, Colin. Look after yourself, mate.
I might do it, you never know. At least I'll get peace and quiet.
Well, lads, I've got to take Dopey George the Labrador off for a walk. So I love you and leave yous.
All right, then. You look after yourself, Rick. Come in anytime. We'll put the hangouts up on the page for you and have a look in the Misfits chat as well. It'll be in there.
Brilliant. Cheers,
All
mate.
right, then, matey. All right, then. See you soon.
Bye.
Anybody in the chat wants any information, anything that we can help them with, modelling wise?
Or non-modelling wise? Not too deep though. It's a bit late for that sort of.
Yeah, I was going to say don't say non-modelling wise because you can get into all sorts of weird things, you know.
Not too weird, just weird enough.
Yeah.
Why? He's gone for what?
What?
He's gone for walkies.
What?
Gone to walk his dog.
What?
What, this time of night?
Yeah, no, they go out for a walk at weird times.
Oh, right. Is he coming back or?
Nasty coffee got there, Mark?
Right. Give me a second.
2 seconds. Just
Right. What are we at now? So.
you just need to mute for a few minutes.
Okay.
Reese, entertain them with the Muppets.
Okay. Just as a thing, I do not own this copyright. There we go. This is one to annoy everyone. Not an advert. Hang on. Well, she said entertain them with the Muppets.
Oh dear. You're made, you know that. You're made.
I am. That's how I get through half of my day. Oh, I've got the stream up onto the side here, and I need to get back down to the gym. I really do. Jeez. It's like, do you know when this like selfie cam?
Yeah.
Do you know when you see like you accidentally put it on selfie cam and you're like, ah! That's not me. Jesus. You have like was it the triple chin effect? You accidentally put it on selfie cam and you're like, ah! That's not me. We're in stereo.
That's all right. You're not now. We're not.
No.
God, I love that hair. I do. It looks brilliant. Your hair does.
Yeah. Well, when I do the old Don from Fury, what's his name? Don. Oh shoot, what's his name?
I don't know.
Because he was an actual Sherman commander, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I'll have to look at it now. I'm going to have to look. If anyone in chat can get there before me, what was Don's surname in Fury? Don. Oh, there we go. Don War Daddy Collier.
Don War Daddy Collier.
Yes.
Ah.
Dave Price says cookies monomonom.
Cookies. Wasn't
that Sesame Street Cookie Monster?
It was one. I think so.
Yeah. There's another strange, weird show. I mean, let kids watch. You should let kids watch that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to do some more research into that. Into Fury, because there's a kit in there by Talieri.
Yeah, there's one by. In actual fact, the best one is the Tamiya Easy 8 one with the resin set to go with it.
Yeah,
it makes a better kit.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, it does. It makes a better kit. The Italieri one's okay, but it has a lot of problems. I would go rather with the. I'd rather go with the Tamiya one. Tamiya one's a good kit.
Oh no, Dave Price said apparently Cookie wants to steal the Muppets. Was he? I didn't know that. No, I'll tell you another one I'd like to make is Oddball's tank. Oddball Sherman. That looked pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a way out tank, isn't it?
Yeah, because it was. It's like the Tiger wasn't actually a Tiger, wasn't it? It was a Russian T-34 with a Tiger turret.
T-34 with modifications. Yeah.
Yeah, and everyone, do you know the white key that's on it? Everyone's like, "Oh, what's this white key all about?" But it was that marking was on. I think it was the close personal armor of Adolf Hitler.
Yeah.
They used to paint that white key on the side, on the back. And it was a close protection for Adolf.
There was a lot of very weird things went on with the way they marked the tanks during the war, the Germans, because what happened was there was so many different. It ended up with Adolf Hitler had his own SS troops, which was his close bodyguards.
Yeah.
Goring had got SS troops as a Luftwaffe command. You've got what's his name in charge of the SS?
The
ex-chicken farmer, Himmler. Yeah. Himmler had got his own troops, and and this was part of the problem towards the end of the war. Everybody. Thank you very much, Jason. Thank you, mate. Everybody were pulling in all different directions to get the best equipment towards the end of the war. If they'd have actually just shut up and got on with doing it as the other sides did, like Russia did and we did, where it was just like, a lot fewer number of divisions, and everybody got a fair share of the equipment, they could have done a damn sight better. But it was lucky for us. I mean, to be truthful with you, we were lucky during the war, the fact that they had got Adolf Hitler, because he was he really was our best ally, because he cocked up so much stuff, especially in Russia.
Yeah.
If they'd have left it to the troops, they might just have managed it in Russia. But he was a megalomaniac, wasn't he? He could not stop himself from demanding they do what you do what I say, and luckily it helped everybody except the side he was supposed to be in charge of.
And it says, kids grow, you're nuts.
You are.
Angela says, kids, they drive, they nuts.
I'm all right. Lovely kids are. Lovely kids are.
She also says that her daughter says, "Have I stuck my fingers in a plug socket?" No, that was earlier.
I think we've all asked that one.
Yeah. That's how I get the quiff so big. I stick my fingers in the plug socket and then just hairspray at it.
Yeah, I do it. Hey, you've seen the video that goes around on Facebook? There's this new thing where they actually set fire to your hair while they're combing it and cutting it.
Oh, no, thank you.
Yeah, it's bizarre. It's I forget where it is, but there's this whole new thing, and they literally set fire to your hair while they're doing all this stuff to it.
Oh, just in Neil's case, they went a bit too far.
Surely I'm not the only one that's seen that.
No worries.
The weird thing is that they say that Google and YouTube and all that, they tailor the adverts to what you're interested in, right? So they've sent me adverts on people having their hair on fire while they're being styled. Now I show you Exhibit A.
Maybe that was that's like how not to, like a before and after.
Why would I be interested in hairstyling?
Do me a favour, put the camera back down to your bench and bloody ugly.
Maybe it was before and after, Mark.
Oh dear.
That looks like a close up of a wire brush. Anyway, what are we at? We've gone 9:30. So it's thanks to everyone that's come in and watched the show tonight. We hope you've been entertained. We hope you've enjoyed what you've seen. We hope you've had a laugh, and that you're going to come along and see us again next week. Has anybody else got anything they need to add before we go?
Yeah, all I will say is what you've seen tonight, this is what we like every night. Sometimes a bit quieter, we're modelling a bit more. But we do have a laugh, and we do, we enjoy ourselves. We even help each other with problems. If there's problems, we will sit down, we will chat about it. We will run through things and what you can do. There is nothing to be frightened of. Please come along and join us on the Hangouts. Promise you'll enjoy it.
Yeah, just to point out that Angela's only on a Wednesday night.
Yeah.
The rest of the week's my night.
Yeah, so you're okay to come in any other night. You won't see her.
Fuck off.
You don't have to be on best behaviour apart from Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
And don't show Muppets on a Wednesday night.
So thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out Reese's channel, RJC Models. Also check out Neil's channel, NHM Scale Models.
Yeah, slowly getting there with that.
Also my channel, Sprue Surgeon. We've also got Richard's channel. I'm not sure what that is. But yeah, the big one that we must all be members of is Misfits +1. And I hope to see you all in there during the week, where you can all upload your pictures, the work you're doing, any ideas you've got for the channel, any ideas you want to do.
Anything you want us to stop doing?
Yeah, we're literally open to absolutely everything. And again,
within reason,
a great big thank you to all our subscribers. Please get the word out there, let people know, and get people subscribing to us. And we'll see you all next week. Bye for now.
Goodbye. Bye all.
Bye-bye.
Have a good week.